Happy Sunday, everybody. It is week 11. That means it's time for my week 11 predictions. Before I get started, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your predictions for week 11 of the NFL. I want to know all that and more down below in the comment section. Today, I'm going to miss a lot of the early window because my family had plans to see Red 1 on Friday, but then forgot the Mike Tyson fight was on that day, and we were going to go yesterday, and something came up. So now we pushed it to today, which at first I was a little upset because, I love football and I like to be able to watch all the games on Sunday. But, I will be out before the Chiefs and Bills game, so I'll be happy with that, and it's a movie that I can review over on my main channel, so stay tuned for that one. And with that said, let's get started with my Week 11 predictions, starting with the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Now, the Chicago Bears, right before their bye week, were on a big run. They were playing great football, and then ever since they came back, their offense hasn't been able to get moving. Their defense hasn't been as strong as it was. So the Chicago Bears are kind of a team that's dwindling. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers are coming off of the bye, also coming off a loss against the Detroit Lions. Everyone loses to Detroit Lions. It's not that big of a deal. But the Packers are easily the stronger team here. I'm definitely predicting the Packers to win this one. I mean, the Chicago Bears haven't really done anything to prove themselves as a worthy team. The Packers have the season. Pretty easy pick for me. I'm going with the Packers. The pretty easy one, I got Jacksonville at Detroit. Pretty easily going with Detroit. Detroit has played a lot of bad teams. They've blown up a lot of bad teams. They've scored 50 plus on multiple games. They've even beat up the good teams last week, coming off of a Sunday Night Football win, which was crazy after Goff throws 5 picks. He's not going to throw 5 picks against Jacksonville defense. Jacksonville has not been playing great football ever since midseason last year. The team has just completely fallen apart. So, I just have no faith in the Jacksonville Jaguars for the rest of the year. Don't need to spend too much time on this game. It's a pretty easy pick for the Detroit Lions to win. And then we got the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Now, Miami came back last week, finally won a game after a huge losing streak, beat the LA Rams. Not the best game, but they still beat them. Now they're playing the Raiders, who is just a team that is also kind of been bad. Both these teams not up to par. A lot of people would pick the Dolphins to win this game. A lot of people would. For me, honestly, I'm going to choose the Las Vegas Raiders. Not for any particular reason, but just because I know that this is going to be an upset, because Miami does have their team back. They still haven't been playing great football. The Raiders have had a couple games where they played good, specifically against the Baltimore Ravens. So I kind of think they're going to pull that up and beat the Miami Dolphins. I don't have a particular reason why I think they're going to beat the Dolphins. I don't have anything of the sort there. I just think they're going to beat the Dolphins. I really can't explain it. It's just what I put in for my boys' pick'em. So that's just kind of what I chose. So I'm going to predict the Raiders to win this one. Rams and the Patriots. Again, another pretty easy one. Predicting the Rams here. The Patriots, I said at the beginning of the year, if they played Drake May, they'd be a good team. They really haven't proven to me. Drake May hasn't been playing bad, but their team hasn't been playing good. The Rams had a rough week last week. I get that, but before that, they started playing good. They, again, have their whole healthy offense back. So, pretty easily predicting the Rams to win this one. Predicted the Rams to beat the Dolphins last week, and that just really didn't play out. So, if they play like they did last week, I could see it being a close game. I still think that the Rams are going to pull away in the final minutes of the game. So I'm going to predict the Rams to win this one. And then we got the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints, which shockingly I'm going with the Cleveland Browns to win this one. Now, Cleveland has not been playing good. They beat the Ravens, yes, but they have not been playing good football. And neither have the New Orleans Saints. They got a win last week, barely, against the Atlanta Falcons. But I'm not going to let that fool me because I think the Saints suck. They've been sucking all year pretty easily. That's a big choice for me to go Browns because Browns are a better team with Jameis Winston. They do have Nick Chubb back. They did get rid of Amari Cooper, but ever since Jameis Winston has been playing, Chris Tillman has been playing good. So still a better team, I feel, than the New Orleans Saints. Again, I can see this one going in any which direction. Don't really have a full-on pick for this one. But for me, the one I chose to win this, probably slot fest, is going to be the Cleveland Browns. Then we got the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. I'm choosing the Colts to win this one. They are bringing Anthony Richardson back this week, for better or worse, to say the least. Because AR has just not been playing great. Hurts my Gator soul, but I have to say it. He has not been playing well. He even checked himself out of a game. But you are playing the Jets this week, who apparently this is an underdog pick, so apparently this is an upset alert for me. But, I mean, whoa. The New York Jets have not been playing good. Yeah, they beat the Houston Texans. Whoopee-doo. You couldn't beat the Cardinals. You couldn't beat any other teams you played. Aaron Rodgers looks bad. Everyone else on the team looks bad. And it's weird because you got a great team. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. Breece Hall is a great running back. You got Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson. All those are powerhouses, and the chemistry for the team just has not worked. So until it starts working, I'm not going to predict the Jets to win another game. I'm going the Colts, who, yes, have had their problems, especially with Anthony Richardson at the helm. The offense really hasn't worked. I am going to predict them to beat the Jets today. Final two new games, Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both teams powerhouses. Both teams are great. I'm going the Ravens to beat the Steelers on this one. I don't know why. The Ravens have lost more games where they definitely should have won, against the Browns and against the Raiders, probably against the Chiefs. But it's just really, really hard to tell what that team is going to do. You don't know what that team is going to do. So I really just don't know what they're going to do in this big matchup against Pittsburgh. I am still predicting the Ravens to win, though, just because, you know what? Let's change that. Let's completely change that. I am going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this one. When I made this, my pick'ems for the week, I did pick the Ravens. I think I'm changing that to the Steelers just because they've been a more consistent team. They've beat up more teams. They beat the Commanders last week, who have been starting to show a little bit of frauds. So, I mean, just for me, I would have to pick the Steelers. I think this is going to be a great game. I think the Ravens are going to put up a fight. But in the end, I am going to say the Steelers are going to win this one. I did originally pick the Baltimore Ravens, but just sitting here and thinking about the logic, I think I would have to choose the Steelers. We got the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans. Tell me the one time this season where I predicted the Titans to win. I have not. I have not predicted the Titans to win single game at all this year. Easily going the Vikings on this one. Yeah, Sam Darnold has started to show his true self. Hasn't been playing like he did at the beginning of the season. Has been playing a bit rough, but they've still been able to get the dubs. And it doesn't matter when you can still get the dubs, how your team's playing, because if you still get the dubs, and especially against the Tennessee Titans, which is an all-time stinker team, easily predicting the Minnesota Vikings to win this one. I'm still on a streak of not predicting the Titans to win a single game this year, and I like it that way. Then we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Denver Broncos. This should be a good game because the Falcons did lose last week against the New Orleans Saints. The Broncos did lose last week against the Chiefs. What a freaking game that was, where just leaped over, knocked the ball down on the field goal. Dude, I was so hyped. Again, it's like last year's Bills playoff game where they were relying on a field goal to beat them. My family hates the Chiefs. I love the Chiefs. And it happened, and I was screaming. They were all sitting there in silence. It was awesome. It was incredible. So, the Broncos, I feel, are a solid team. Falcons, I feel, are a solid team. The Falcons, I feel, are a more consistent team. That's why I'm predicting the Falcons to win this game. Yeah, they struggled last week against the Saints, but it's okay. When you're a great team, you are going to have your struggles. I know, beckoning back to the Ravens, me saying they should have won a lot of games. Yeah, and they should have won that game easily. But I'm going to predict them to beat the Denver Broncos. Even though the Broncos have been consistent, they are a good team. I still do have them making a playoff spot. I feel like this is going to be a close game. I feel it's going to go down to the wire. But I have a feeling that the Denver Broncos are going to fall short to the Atlanta Falcons today. We got Seattle at San Francisco. The Seattle Seahawks are a struggling team for sure. They started off the season strong, then they started struggling. Their offense has not looked as good, even though Jackson Smith-Njigba has had a fantastic game. Their last game against the Rams, the 49ers, have been struggling for sure, but they are all-time healthy now. Besides Ayuk. But they have Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel. That's a hard three powerhouse on them, but I just don't feel like the 49ers have been playing as a team that's Super Bowl caliber like they were last year. I am still predicting them to beat the Seahawks. Seahawks have been the most inconsistent team in the entire NFL this season, but easily for me, I would have to go with the 49ers, just because the Seahawks have been that inconsistent, and the 49ers have been inconsistent as well, but just not as inconsistent as the Seahawks. Easy pick for me, 49ers win this one. And then we got the Chiefs at the Bills. Woo! So excited for this game. This is going to be a crazy game because the Chiefs and the Bills are hard rivals every time they face off. It is one of the best football games you'll ever watch. Last year playoffs, last year regular season. Everyone's going to have a problem no matter who wins. I'm here for it. Who am I predicting to win? I'm going the Bills. I'm sorry, Chiefs Kingdom. I think that the Bills will win this one because the Bills have been playing more of a powerhouse team as the Chiefs have. Not to say that the Chiefs have been playing bad. We have been playing great these past couple of weeks. Besides last week. Our offense kind of struggled there. But the Bills have just been this team that scored 30-plus on multiple occasions while the Chiefs have been struggling to get there. And I can't deny the facts. Even though we're 9-0 and stats don't matter, this has been one of Mahomes' worst seasons. And so playing the Bills team, that every year for the regular season, it's just been quite a match. And when the Bills have had more matches like that have come down to the wire and pulled away, and even though the Chiefs have their magic that they got that I love, I do have to say the Bills would win this one, just because I feel it deep down in my heart. Bias, I'm going the Chiefs all the way. I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I 100% hope the Chiefs win. But for me, just have that feeling deep down in my heart that the Bills are going to give us our first loss of the year. Doesn't matter. It was to be 9-0. It really doesn't matter. I want it to be an undefeated season. I feel if we win this one, our only true struggle for the rest of the year will be Pittsburgh. But I'm going Buffalo to win this one. And then we got Sunday night and Monday night. Sunday night is the Bengals and the Chargers. Now, both teams solid. The Bengals are unfortunate to be 4-5 where they've been going off. They definitely should have won against the Ravens last week. Not even going to lie. There should have been like 5 flags thrown on that final play. Doesn't matter. I'm not a Bengals fan any way, shape, or form. But I do think they have been playing great football. Joe Burrow has been playing like a top 5 quarterback. The rest of the team has been playing great as well. The Chargers also have been playing great. But I feel like they've lost more big games this year, and I feel this is one of the bigger games for them against the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to hit 500 for the first time this year. Definitely predicting them to win. Do I think it's going to be a blowout? No, I think it's going to be a really close game. I think Burrow's going to probably toss for like 5 touchdowns again because I think he is probably playing as the best quarterback in the league this year. I'm going the Bengals to win this one, but it will be a good game. And then Monday night, Houston Texans and Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys lost Dak Prescott. Thought that'd make him a better team, but Cooper Rush is 100% Dak Prescott 2.0. Which is to say, awful. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are awful, and I'm here for it. The Houston Texans have kind of blown games where they should have won the past couple of weeks. And so it's been really rough for them, where they definitely should have won these games, and they kind of just have been dwindling them. Still a lot over 500, still a great team, still predicting them to beat the Cowboys pretty easily on Monday Night Football, but they are a team that should be winning these games. Fortunately, I think they do have a big break here against the Cowboys that have just struggled this year, don't have Dak. I think this should be a pretty easy win for the Houston Texans. At least I hope it will be, because I hate the Cowboys, but I'm excited to see how this one turns out. All right, that was my Week 11 predictions of the NFL. Join me down below. What is your predictions of Week 11 in the NFL? I want to know all that and more. Go tune on my regular channel, Zachary Movie Chat, because I'm going to have a Red One review coming really soon, probably tomorrow. A lot more videos coming there. And thank you guys for clicking on this one. And with that said, subscribe, join the Chiefs Army. Peace out.